top 5 all-time books on personal development, on spiritual evolution, on just kicking ass in life. My number 5 best books ever to be recommended. There is no top 5. Life will be your best-selling author. Life is the best book you're ever going to read. Don't think that you're going to find all the solutions to your challenges by reading all these spiritual books, by reading all these self-help books, even listening to podcasts and audiobooks. But to think that your solutions will come from reading someone else's perspective on life is blasphemy. Life, in the context of relationships that you're having, in the context of the situation that you find yourself in, you are given the best chapters to read right in front of you every single moment of every single day that you live. The best, most rewarding, profound literature that you'll ever find is in your own mind. It's objectively looking at the blasphemy that is going on internally on a moment-to-moment basis. Because let me tell you something, if you haven't done any kind of psychological work or analysis on yourself, there's going to be a lot of garbage that you need to take out and replace with fresh, grown, abundant soil. You have to take out the existing garden that's in there and then allow space to create a new, prosperous garden to just propagate in your mind. There's no book on that. There's no book at all. Let me tell you something. Let me give you one of the best chapters that I received from life itself. It was a chapter on getting very comfortable, being free from addictions of smoking weed and going out and doing drugs and filling up my weekends with people so that I can not be by myself. It was a chapter that I had to learn that I had to get rid of that kind of stuff so that I could allow space for me to actually get to know who I really am. Believe it or not, that your best friend is yourself. And just like any friend, any partner, you need time to develop a relationship with that person. So wouldn't you think that it's actually very smart to develop and set time aside to get to know your own character by yourself, on your own, in the silence, free of addictions? Smoking, alcohol, drugs, excessive meetups with friends, TV, anything that isn't complete silence, anything that takes you away from being alone is stopping you, preventing you from making the biggest leaps in your own self-development journey. You can't read your way to being the best version of yourself. You can't listen to podcasts or anything to becoming the best version of yourself. You actually, believe it or not, have to live and experience and gain your own wisdom to actually have long-lasting changes in your character. That's the only way. That is the only way. Because you can read some tips and trips from Tony Robbins and Gandhi and any spiritual guru. But they're just going to come in, they'll feel good for a couple moments and then they'll leave. Long-lasting change is what you want. Changes in your well-being is what you want. And they only come from living, from experiencing your darkness, from experiencing your own self-talk, from experiencing all the uncomfortability of being on your own for the first time when you've never done it. It brings great rewards. It is painful and uncomfortable to be lonely and bored and feel so dependent on others that you don't feel comfortable being on your own. But grow up. You have to grow up one day. And in growing up, you discover your best version of yourself. You discover a confident, strong, and unique person that you've never encountered before. You will find them so attractive that you will want to be with that person 24/7. And that's what the spiritual gurus called solitude. In solitude, you will find your top 5 best-selling books there is to read.